You know, it's hard to believe that this actually is got to 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. How in the world? Can't believe you actually got 3,000. You know, if you have to understand how things work, you understand how things work. It goes like, he puts stuff up online and people watch it and, oh, we're live. Hello, everybody. This is me, Greg, and this is Argus, and this is Gina. And pretty much we're just here to thank you, 3,000 subscriber thank you video. And so what happens is like we just want to say a couple of thank yous to everyone for their support to get us to 3,000 milestone marker. And we're really happy about this because I remember just a couple of years ago we were just got to the monetization number of 1,000, and then now we're just like pretty much we're at the back now we're at 3,000. And so I'm really happy about that. And so a lot of it has to do with these guys here, as well as, thank God for for His mercy. I was able to be part of something really awesome. So I just want to say a good, quick thank you. But I want to say a couple of things too. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of like start our show. So just going to put these guys away. So, hey, and then put her away as well. So yeah, so this is Regina, and then this is Argus, and here my with my dragon head mask. So I just want to say, let's go ahead and start the show. Thank you so much for all that you've done. So I'm going to start the show. I'm going to transition to back to this picture here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get in position and be able to just organize my stuff a little bit better so you guys can see what I look like and get back to the thing here, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to say thank you so much for all your support, everybody who's supported us in terms of like the work that we do. Thank you so much. This is a deli. Actually, more it's like just a giant deli, and so pretty much the giant double collis. It's also one of those things that we're able to do. So just to thank God for this, everything that we've been able to just work with and work at has become one of those things where we thank God for the opportunities to do these things. So I'm going to show you in the background some of the work that we've been doing, and you get a chance to actually see some of the stuff there. So let's go ahead and just do that. One side is just talk about like painting the mannequin and also wrapping a mannequin. So I'm gonna have that going. That's gonna be my marker. So I'm going to talk to you while these things are going on. I just want to say so many things. Thank you so much for tuning in to me, for watching my channel, for watching me
Hello
as I make
everybody, this is
masking
me,
art
Greg. I just want to
and
go
do
ahead and
art
just
with
do
this
something
thing
really
here,
cool. I was
masking
going to
tape,
go ahead
as
and
well
just wrap
as
these
everybody.
bodies
This is
right
Greg
here.
driving.
These
So
are
what I'm
my
going to do
partners
is
and
I'm
Jazz
doing
and I
a
are actually working
mannequin
on these
what I'm going to do
sculptures.
actually
We're going to go ahead and
the
take
I'm
out. We're
actually
going to work
working
on
on
some of the
shooting
eyeballs too.
doing
Use these
coding.
right here. We're going to
I've been
clean
like
wrap
a
some
roadie
eyeballs,
for
turn that.
February,
We also have like this
glad.
Insmorph.
And
Insmorph, we're going to do
and
is
it's
we're
been
going to
pretty good. I
have a
like
couple
it.
colors that are made in
I've been
Insmorph, some
working
little
on
resin
other
eyeballs.
things.
We're going to see if probably take them up
Been to
to
200 trips
so
so
we'll do a
far
couple of
doing
things.
roadie.
So we're
And
not a
it's been
film
really
wrap up
good.
for the
And
most
so
part.
those
It's kind of way to
guys
say
use
Saturday.
it
That's
to
what I'm
make
going to do.
DoorDash. To get some. So long story, but the reason why is because when you have roadie, you don't have to wait so long. But so
Images
for
of the shark here.
DoorDash,
Got one of the
you have
fish
to
that I
wait
made when I
and
was
wait
going
for
to
something to pop up. And
I
yeah, you
doing
have a
some
chance to
DoorDash
make
back
some
in the
money
day,
quick and a
went
couple
to
times. But
the
a lot
Chinese
of
food
people
store
like
and
the
then the
waiting
fishes.
and waiting
One of the
for orders
fish
to
ended
come.
up dying, but
And that could be
before
very
then,
nerve
I
wracking.
made the image of the fish.
You like to
So
get
there's
something
a
done.
hammerhead
And
shark,
then
which is
this
one
is
of
how
my
much you
favorites.
got to do, and then this is where you go, and this is where you have to go. So
Hammerhead
for the most
salamander,
part, though,
which
this
is
is one.
the double
I just want to say
Alright, so yeah.
thank you for
So I'm gonna
that,
go ahead and just
for all your
work on some of these
prayers,
things here.
because to get
Make some cool
3,000 is a
imagery
very
for
big
you,
stone
and then
milestone.
just
Because what
show you
happens,
some
like
things I'm
the
doing right
next
now.
one is 10,000.
Alright, so peace
When
and
you get
love.
to
I'll talk to you in
10,000
a minute.
likes and
Bye.
subscribes or subscribes, that'll help us with the numbers. And YouTube is very good in that you have this aspect where it's like you are able to, it's like a royalty. The more you put up there, the more art you put up there, more stuff you do, the more opportunities you actually have to continue to grow. And so here's stuff. See here. This is made an Instamorph. I've not made a masking tape, Instamorph. So this is saffron before I totally turn it into a giant a creature. And so I've been working on the saffron over there as well. And so this, yeah, I'm gonna put this on my Etsy. I'm gonna make a bunch of these for upcoming events, and give you guys a heads up that's coming up this weekend as well. So what happens is that I have I'm really excited just to be able to hear. So I'm going to do for the 3,000 celebration. I'm going to make something and talk to you do that. On Thursday, we're going to have a live class. So this is here. It's not live, as you know, because it's pretty much I uploaded it and then you saw it. So every time you're watching this, just know that it's not the Thursday, of course. Today happens to be Tuesday when I'm recording this, and so as I'm recording this, the world is going through what the world's going through, but we don't have to worry about that here right now, because right now we're just kind of talking about things we can do. So what we can do, we can change the world by the art we do, by the stuff we talk about, by just lifting one another up and bringing a different change to the world. So I'm gonna switch a little bit here. Gonna switch here real quick so you can see a different transition every so often. Just kind of mix it up. So here's this one here. I always have this drive-in video here, so you can see that. That's like when I was doing going back into the zone. Whenever I was doing DoorDash, I had to kind of they put you out of the zone sometimes. You have to come back into your zone, your neighborhood, Whereas like when you drive roadie, pretty much the whole city is yours. You can end up even in New Jersey or in Connecticut. Depends on where you go. Even Pennsylvania. So any of the five boroughs or any of the tri-states, in the area, you can actually there. You can actually end up all the way upstate if possible. So that's one thing there too. So it's all about driving. So when you're driving, this is like my thing here. I've been driving for a while now, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I'm looking back to the other pictures to see that. So here goes. I'm gonna make something for you in your presence. Let's see. Yeah, I made. I have an idea. I could make. I have an idea. Give me a second. Dragon, bird. I've been looking at falcons lately, right? So I'm looking at the peregrine falcon. So I'm gonna make a falcon because that's the fastest bird. That bird goes 240 miles. So I'm gonna go ahead and form a falcon for you while we're talking here, right? So the peregrine, that happens to be a couple of friends of mine like this bird. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and make it as quick as possible for you to see while the art in the background will proceed. So what's cool about this stuff that when you do this thing here at OBS, you can actually do art. You can actually just go ahead and make some cool artwork. That's really, really, really quick. But at the same time, though, you can actually do something where you could make something that's really detailed. And I have a whole bunch of stuff here all around. I'm here in my kitchen right now. The green screen behind me, and a dragon head mask on my face. And so it happens like I'm just gonna go ahead and just make this for you guys. See? Because it's like we were looking at that, and we found that the falcon, what it does is actually just bludgeons an animal to death. It hits it at high speed, So that's even there. So here goes. This is this here. We're looking at different things in the background. What I'm doing is here, I'm just making it. Okay. And I just totally just fell in love with how the shape of the bird looks like. And the beak of the bird and everything. It's not like much details in terms of like, where it's like not much details in terms of, all the feathers being separate. I mean, yeah, this one's flapping his wings, but I'm gonna start to make it really cool. You have the head shape, and the head shape is a working girl. Downward, perfect shape and how it works. Looking at that, you're just looking. So amazing. So yeah.
One piece of tape for the start.
It's like, just a couple of things that are really cool is that, just how, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to love it. The World Book Encyclopedia had a picture of falcon and stuff like that. And then they also had some of the cool birds. I like the red-type birds. If you ever see my Dennis Candidate stories, I like the red-types, all the different red-types. Red-type birds are, they're the flightless birds. So you have, I made a bunch of them. I had one for, I made a story about them. I had, the Titanus, the terror bird, and then I had another one. I have the other one, the ostrich and the moa bird and the dodo bird and a cassowary, and the penguin. So I didn't have a penguin. You know, I've had a penguin. I don't know why I didn't have a penguin. I guess because penguins have been so done. So what I did was I made a penguin in masking tape, and so from there I was able to do a lot of the art. Pretty much I was able to do. So that was one of the things where I was just like, the cool thing to do with the penguins. So I made penguins, but it's like I never added to my Dancer Canada story. Even though I could have, I guess maybe because I never went that far south. I mean, we had like we went to Antarctica. In Antarctica, they were like in the under the thing, and they had the orcas. They had some of the whales and some of the creatures down there. So they had like these giant creatures. They were all 50 days stuff. So that's something there. So I've had like a lot of different things happen. I've been on YouTube for a number of years. I've been on YouTube since 2007. Right? I really didn't pay any mind or start getting into it until 2018. 2018 was a big year. That's the year where I started just really kind of like trying to do my best. I think that's when I was talking to my cousin, and he gave me advice about just about like I was working at a department store at the time, and I was trying to figure out what to do and money and like he had a YouTube channel, and he was like his YouTube channel just kind of like just doing a lot of interviews and talking to people. He's like, you got to do that too, because if you do that, you'll be able to get money for your family. And so I was like, let me just give it a try, because I've had the YouTube channel, so I started really putting work into it. If you look into my 2018 stuff, like when I started putting more things there, I started getting more and more serious, I got like monetized. We were doing like God of War stuff. We did a lot of God of War video. I did a God of War playthrough, right, on the PlayStation 3, right? Did a lot of like that. And what happened was like I played the first one, and I played the live playthrough, and I should probably put that all on Twitch. Probably could just look over Twitch and see what happens there. But for the most part, though, it was like I did that. I put it up there, and I started bringing in people. I put like in the body paint stuff too as well, and that just kind of got more views because you can't really monetize that stuff. So it's really just one of those things where people come in to see it, and it's like that kind of gives you views, and then the views help you with your numbers, and that helped out a lot too as well. And then, but what really got me was like when I started doing I did a lot of like flat Earth videos, and the flat Earth videos were kind of picking up. That was back in 2015. I started doing more videos like that and started talking to stuff in 2015. But then when I really started to put my head down,
so what I
and
did
really kind of
now,
work on
I
stuff,
have them
like
all
go
wrapped
to
up,
rallies, go to
all
business
wrapped up,
places,
right?
things like that.
I started
So
with the
really
top
kind
and
of
work
just
all the way
focusing
down to the
on
bottom.
making things
So what we're going to do now, we're going to take some masking tape,
better,
right? This is
just
the,
really kind of like just getting better videos. And I
this
learned
one
about
will stick
OBS
to
and
this
stuff like
plastic,
that.
not a problem whatsoever.
Just being able
It'll
to do
stick,
like live
not
videos.
won't
Live
be a problem.
videos is
However, it's like
live videos
when I
and
do my
shorts,
masking
they do
tape
work
for
really well
sculptures
for
and
you
art,
to
I
do
usually use
your
a higher
numbers up.
grade of masking tape.
So
This
what
is the
happens is
lesser
like,
grade,
if you're
but
watching
it's
the
like
stuff
pretty
in the
much I'm going
corner,
to use it
I'm just
because
doing
it's
like
like,
painting practice.
I want to see
Like, it's like
the better
painting
grade for when I do my sculptures
so
and
for
stuff.
this one
This
here,
is
I
a
just wanted to just
lesser grade. I'm going to go ahead and wrap with the masking tape. So I'm
making
going to go ahead
something
and
live
just pause it real quick.
and making something live for you
And here
to
we go.
see as I'm making it, and it's just kind of like the whole, the whole falcon thing. Just gotta make sure I get the falcon head right. See, here she has the head, and you have the wings. I'm gonna make little feet to go with it. So now you see my hands kind of moving. But for the most part, there you have like this falcon that comes down, and it just bludgeons the tar out of every creature bigger than it. So that's something that I find that quite amazing. So anyway, you have this situation there, and anyway, so I've been putting more stuff online and more videos, and even that DoorDash stuff has been really good. That's giving me a lot of content. So when I was doing DoorDash, I was able to make some content of driving, and I even started working on this whole different college feature. Because last year was like all about gremlins and stuff like that, with fixing car people. It's all these different things, just kind of like all of them watching. So I try not to be too political on this channel because for the only time I got really political, that really kind of got a lot of views, was when I had the Kyrie Irving thing, and then also like some of the things about like I was like I was kind of really concerned about just kind of the whole thing with Trump and stuff like that. And I have a lot of we went to actually visit in November 5th, November 20th, I think, or it was after like November. After the election, or before the election, I guess after the election, we went to go visit Washington, D.C., and we saw the White House 2020. That was like during the time of the pandemic and stuff. We also got to see a lot of places. I have a thing called Various Travel.
Hello everybody, this is Greg. And so what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to actually be working on these sculptures right here. I might actually work on some of the eyeballs too. See right here, I'm going to paint some eyeballs. I have like this Instamorph fella here.
I started making masking art back in 2019.
Let's see if I can probably paint them.
Started 2019.
So I'm going to do a couple of things until I run out of film,
back in
but for the most part I just wanted to say
there
what
I
I'm going to do.
started making some. I saw the guy Marcus makes. He made like
I have a couple of like shark images. I got a shark here, and there's a fish that I made when I was going to
and he started making
doing some DoorDash back in the day, which is
or whatever.
to a Chinese food store, and then fishes. One of the fish,
I took it and
before then, I made the image of the fish, and so there's a hammerhead shark, which is one of my favorite dinosaurs.
That was enough for me. That was enough.
Hammerhead salamander, which is
That and when I saw that, I was
so I'm going to go ahead and just work on some of these things here, make some cool imagery for you, and then just
and I've been watching other videos too, but learning other stuff. It's like the most versatile and easiest to use on the spot kind of thing. When you really think about it, right? You have when you have this stuff with clay and all that stuff, and everything like that, it takes so much time. Like I was watching this lady make clay stuff, and I was impressed at first, and then I got really kind of discouraged because I'm saying to myself, my goodness, how much energy it takes to make something, that's like clay. How much energy it takes. You have to make it, mold it, and you got to put it in the kiln. After that, you gotta cook that thing. And then you have to wait for it to heat up, and then it takes days. And I'm like, goodness, when you can do this massive, it's like boom, boom, boom.
the other thing too is I learned about plaster, but here I'm gonna go change the subject. Let me go back real quick. So yeah, so I learned about like just how fast math and how you can do so many things with it, and then that makes it so because if you get a chance to do that, you get a chance to actually make some cool stuff and relatively quickly. So that helps. I listened to Sort of Life of Bob Ross yesterday, right? Listened to Life of Bob Ross, and my goodness, I thought it was about happy clouds and all that stuff. No. He went through a lot. He really suffered in silence. He was a wonderful artist who just suffered in silence. And there's so much history. If you get a chance to go look it up and read about his life. I'm not gonna get into much detail. All I can say is that I was shocked. It was very not fun to hear about his life, and so I was like, oh my word. So that made me think a lot of stuff. Like just make sure you keep your art as much as possible. Okay. This thing is like someone said. I think it was Carl Potts who said, don't give your stuff to a big company. You partner with somebody who cares about it. Because these big companies, they don't. And that kind of gave me advice about stuff. So don't just give your art and your life to a big company, like a company that can actually like really mess you up. Instead, what you do is that you find yourself a partner, you work with a partner, and that's something else to learn about too about partners in business, friends in business. For that movie, I think the movie Joy, and they talked about like friends in business and business made based on friendship. It's like that's what Sandy Rockefeller was saying. It's better to have a business based on a friendship based on business and friendship. Wow, so that's something there. Yeah, so I can look more into that. That's kind of like a really intense. So yeah, so I'm gonna look into that and see what that means. But for the most part, though, it's like so I just learned how to do masking tape stuff, and I was really excited about that. And then there was like the elections. Then there was the whole thing with the world being shut down. So then it was like just 2021. We had the thing with had the thing with November or January 6th and stuff, and then the whole world went crazy. I just remember that, but the whole world was saying that was the craziest thing when in fact it really wasn't. But they were saying it is. But there's a whole bunch of things that happened before. What was crazy before that was like them shutting down the world because of something that they couldn't see. That was crazy. We talked a lot about that too as well. We did a lot of videos. Like we'd go around places, we'd do rallies and stuff, and that was like all within the 3,000 stuff. We're able to do and visit and see and go places and spend time with my family, and we did so many things and travel, and we did travel. In 2020, we did some traveling. Got a chance to go to a place called Catterskills, and we got a place to Stony Hill, and we got Blizzard Waterfall. Then we went to another place called we went to Niagara Falls. So we saw the big one, Niagara Falls, and that was great. It was absolutely fun that we lost. We were so happy. We also went to see the Ark. We went to see the Ark in Kentucky, and that's we drove that car. That car is driven. So now when you see our stuff, you see that our car has been able to do so many like different traveling things. We're able to do so many things like that. So what happens is like we are so blessed, and we thank God for the opportunity to have a car. Because we in 2018 is when we got our new car, our old car, our car that we currently have, and so we had it for about 6 years now, and we've been driving that car. We have driven this car, and we thank God for it because we're able to do DoorDash and things like that with it, and so this is one of those things where you're able to do some really nice things, like travel and work and make money and spend time with the family, and the kids love it. The kids love road trips, and so we started noticing different things wrong with the car. And like when we were going up to Niagara Falls, we had to kind of figure out what to do about that because we had to fix some knuckles in the car. That was something there, so we fixed that. That was a pretty penny, let me tell you. And then we had a lot of things we had to do. So we were able to do so many things with this car and be able to drive. In the video right there, you can see some of the stuff there. And then so we we have been, by the grace of God, we've been alive by the support of friends and the support of jobs and the support of everything. DoorDash worked for us for a little while. I was able to get my phone for DoorDash because they had a special, you can upgrade your phone, and that worked out great. It's just one delivery and complete one delivery, and you put you in the running to get a phone. I was able to get a phone for that. Otherwise, a really expensive phone. I got it for really cheap, so I was really grateful for that. And that was one. The next thing too is like I was able to just learn about like the city and about how food delivery is really tough. I mean, I've learned about that before. Like one of those things where, you've I've done work before. I worked in the law firms. I worked as a taxi driver. I worked in churches. I worked as a librarian. I worked in a law office. I worked as law office. I worked in CVS. I've worked many jobs, right? Data entry. I worked Allstate. So a lot of the stuff that I do is kind of like it's all there, and I thank God for my dad and for like pretty much he teaching me about the Bible, as well as him teaching me how to drive. And so the thing is like I'm trying to teach my kids too the same things as well, teach them the Bible, how to drive, and then also teach them about like finances and about how to make money and to so all my kids have YouTube channels and my wife also has a YouTube channel, and so in the process of that we're all trying to get our numbers up as high as possible, because what happens is that if we can make content and the content can sustain us, we know that not only that but also the marketings and affiliate marketings and the work that we do with the sculpting and stuff like that. This is something that we're really, we're really proud of the fact that we can do this. We're glad. We thank God for it. However, it's like, the thing is with everything, you have to advertise and you have to get people to, watch what you're doing and to encourage you in it. Because if you don't, then it happens you're just kind of doing this. You have, water in the desert or selling diamonds in the desert. Nobody cares about it kind of thing. So we just pray for us. We were at the night markets for like 2 years. And well, last year we weren't there, unfortunately. But we did some like classes and we were able to teach people how to do like masking tape art, and from there I had a lot of things. I got a chance to go to different art galleries. I got to meet some different people. I had a couple of steps and I met some more people, and just like this here you have the thing where it's like just meeting people is really a wonderful thing. Definitely meeting people is great. So now I work with a couple of galleries like there's West 114 West 71st Street. There's a gallery there. I work over there sometimes, and I be able to share my art and teach classes. There's another one at Hester Street, which is like really a cool place. If you get a chance to go there, it's down at the bottom of Manhattan. Well, before the congestion prices start. But just think about that. Hopefully, you can make it and go see it. Some stuff there. Then we let's see, what is it? You have other places that are like you have other places like, well, there's yeah, there's a Lewis Latimer House. Lewis Latimer House is the big one. That has been such a blessing to Lewis Latimer House. Those of you who don't know who Lewis Latimer was, he was the one who helped let's see, what's the name? He was the one who helped Thomas Edison with he's the one who helped Thomas Edison with light bulb. And so regarding that, he was able to like kind of just teach him or fix the light bulb, make the light bulb last much longer. So the duration on the light bulb went from being like 15% to well, I guess 85% better in terms of like he made it last 15 much better in terms of like just the work that he was able to do with that. He's a durable flame, durable filament, durable carbon filament inventor. He was the one that started Lewis Latimer. There's a house here in Queens that celebrates his life. And so his actual house, he actually lived in Hollywood. And they moved the entire house by way of truck to like Upper Queens or into Flushing area. And so they have a Lewis Latimer house in Flushing. And so what happens is that you are able to see that go to his house. So I was invited there, and I was invited there 3 times. This is going to be the 4th time this year, where I'm going to have upcoming, and that's going to be in June. And coming up real soon. I think it's I guess the 8th. I guess I'll tell you the details later. I find the details a little better because I'm not thinking about it right now. I'm just kind of thinking about just kind of celebrating this 3,000 subscriber video. So it's that's kind of the thing here. So all right. So what we have here. How long have we been talking about? 23 minutes. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do, right? I'm just gonna kind of show you a couple more videos, and then after that, pretty much.
Hello, everybody. This is Greg.
It for now because what happens is that my goal was to make something cool online. This is a falcon, and so this is one thing. I mean, I could add claws to it, but when a falcon flies, he just kind of does one of these things with his wings, and he just kind of like falls down, and his wings are just kind of like straight up, straight down. He's like falling like and the wings come out, and he hits the other birds. It goes, it hits them, and so this is like the peregrine falcon, the fastest bird. I want to say thank you so much for watching my art and for being part of this channel for me. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do it. There's so many things that happen and so many things I want to talk about, but I'll save a lot of it for other things. But I just want to say thank you so much for that. I'm gonna do some more art. I have more art coming. I always have more art on the way, and it's just one of those things where it's like the more art you do, the better you get. The more art you do, the better you get. So
again, I just wanted to, just kind of let you see some of this cool artwork that we're making. Here you have, this is Instamorph, Diplocallis. This is a saffron, and this here is, I made this live for you. This was the this was a falcon. Because I'm watching falcon movie videos with my son and my daughters, when we watch that. And so here's the falcon right there. Yahoo, yahoo. So yeah, so just gotta smooth it up a little bit. But yes, this didn't take long, and definitely just wanted to see how you think about that. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching my channel today. There's a lot of things you could be doing, and I just want to say just a thank you so much. It's been one of those things, because without your help, without without your just your input, I would not have been able to do this. And I appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the messages. Thank you for everything. Just want to say thank you so much for that. And so I'm going to just kind of show you Argus. So Argus was like, hello, everybody. So he's the one who said thanks a lot. This one here is Gina. Gina's like, hello, everyone. Here's your glasses, girl. Your glasses are all messed up. I gotta fix your glasses real quick. There it goes. Oh, yeah. So, all right. Here you go. So, hey. So Argus and Gina. And then don't forget Deli. Deli, who's been like, hello, everyone. I'm Deli. And then you have, lastly, Pearl. And Pearl's like, hey, yes, I deliver. There's a Pearl, the Ready Warrior. And as you can see on the back, it says, all the deliveries he has, and pretty much as she does. And so she's a bounty hunter, as well as he. And he's the one that says, pretty much get that bread. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go out there and get that bread. Thank you so much for helping me get that bread. And continue to like and subscribe to our channel. Please tell everyone to, kind of just to follow us and to see how we can, how we go from there. So it's only up from here, ladies and gentlemen, only up. So hopefully get to 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, get 1 million subscribers. Just, thank you so much again. God bless you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. All right, bye.